Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dolls in the Cradle. My name is Anne, and this is Dallas. And we hope that you are having a good day. And if you are not, I hope and I pray that your tomorrow and the rest of the week will be much better for you. For those of you that are going through a lot of medical things, I know there are people in this community that have had surgeries, that have had some serious surgeries, that have upcoming surgeries, and they have a long recovery time. Please know that you are in my thoughts and prayers, okay? And I know that there's so many people out there that are praying for you right now. Okay, so I wanted to do some videos that are a little bit different, but let's kind of shake it up a little bit and do a few things that are a bit different. So I thought that I would do a little get to know me series, but I hate that get to know me. I don't know what to call it. So, this is just me. We're gonna take a look at one of my Reborn dolls. Why I talk, and our color today is brown. I'm wearing brown, and this little Bambiki down here, he is wearing brown. And I can't wait to share him with you. He has been in my collection for a while now. And he needs a little bit of loving. So my topic today is, and I would like to know in the comment section below, and I do read all my comments, you guys. I know I can't answer them all. I am trying so hard to be better at that. I really, really am. But please know that I am reading all of your comments. I also really quickly need to do a little shout out. DJ Warthog, where are you? Where are you, dude? Where are you? Where did you go? You are one of my favorite. You are one of my favorite subscribers because you always comment below. And if you think I wouldn't miss you, I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. Please come back. Please come back. I hope that you are okay. I hope that nothing has happened. I really hope that nothing has happened, and I don't even know if you're going to see this, but if you see this, DJ Warthog, come back to Dolls in the Cradle. I miss you. I loved the banter in the comment section. All right, so, how many of you were the type of kid that grew up into the type of person that would bring things home? In other words, living things. What did you find? Were you the type of child like I was? I was an animal rescuer, and I still am. But I would find things, and I would rescue everything. In Germany, in Mainz, Germany, I remember rescuing two snails, and I used to call them Snelly and Shelly. Yeah. I was like 10 or 11 years old, you guys. I kept them for a while and then finally took them out to a better place so they could live out their life. I have rescued bugs. I have rescued all sorts of bugs and spiders and a mouse. I've rescued mice. I've rescued a lot of things. I've rescued a rat from being fed to a snake. Literally bought it before it was fed to the snake. And yes, even though they were going to just grab another one, at least I saved his little life or her little life. Her name was Willow, and she was the best little thing ever. I know some of you are going, rat. Rats are way better pets than hamsters or gerbils will ever be for a little child. And I did have Willow when my son was little because she would ride on his shoulder. She would lay down in the chair next to him. This was before I had cats. So, yeah. So I was the type of child that would bring everything home. If I saw a dog, if I saw a cat, if a bird was hurt, I would bring it home. Now, most recently, of course, I rescued a possum. And the little possum, I took him over after having him for, I think, 2 nights. And on the third day, I took him over to a wildlife sanctuary. I didn't know if he was going to live or not. But, yeah, so I did nurse him a little bit. And then when I realized he was going to be okay, I took him over to the wildlife rehab so that they could rehab him and release him back into the wild. So my question to you is, what is the craziest thing that you ever found and brought home? What is the craziest thing that you ever found and brought home? And it doesn't even okay. Doesn't need to be a living thing. I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Unless you have a really good story of something you found, not stole, something you found that, that you pretty much rescued. So that could actually go for a doll. Hey, that could go for a rescue doll too. If you found a doll at the Goodwill or Salvation Army or at a flea market, whatever, if you found a doll, tell me about it. Okay, so here's my this was the best thing that I ever found, and shocking, I was driving home from work to this house here, and this was probably in 2014. And I worked 7 to 3 shift. So it was about 3:30 in the afternoon. It was a Saturday because I worked a 4-2 schedule, which means, a lot of weekends I would work before I would get a Saturday and Sunday off together. So this Saturday, I got into the neighborhood and we live like in a cul-de-sac. It's called a cove. And the neighborhood that I live, it kind of has a main road, and then it turns off into all of these round circle dead ends, right? Which are called coves. So, excuse me, pollen is in my throat. I say this because my window is open. I'll talk about that. No, I won't talk about it because I want to talk about this. See, I start, my brain starts going off in different directions. All right, let's stick to the story. So I turned on the main road. So if this is the main road, right, and I'm going like towards you, my house sat right here in a circle. And this road finally goes into a dead end, into a circle. And there's always kids down there playing, right? So to see a child or, kids out there in that circle riding their bikes and, running around is no big deal. However, I was driving, and for some reason, it just caught my eye because I just saw one little child out there in the circle, and it looked like there was a nobody out there. And it looked like maybe she was walking this way. So I went ahead and turned into my circle. I parked my car, and I walked back up to the road. And I walked down a little bit, and I met her, and she was kind of, when she saw me, she started to skip. Yes, this is a human child, you guys. She started to skip a little bit, and I squatted down and said, "Hey," and she just flung herself in my arms. She was happy. She was not crying. She was clean. She was well taken care of. But this little girl was out there by herself. So she jumps in my arms, and I'm like, "Hey, little girl," and she's just smiling up at me. She's got the cutest face. Her hair is all done, and she's got all the little beads in it. She is adorable. She's got the cutest little sandals on. Her clothes are clean. Everything is fine. This little girl has somehow gotten out of the house. I know this. And I am just like, oh my gosh. And so I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "What's your name?" And she said her name, but I couldn't quite catch her name. But I'm like, "Where do you live? Huh? Where do you live?" And I put her back down, and I was holding her hand. I'm like, "Where do you live?" Now, she is about 2 years old. And so I point back down there in the circle, and we even walk down there in the circle, you guys. And I'm like, "Which one is your house?" Of course, she is talking, but she is not talking very well, and she's not really pointing to a house. So I, lead her back up towards my house, and my neighbor comes out and she's walking her dog, and I'm like, hey, and I'm like, have you seen this little girl anywhere before? And she's like, I haven't. She's like, did you find her? And I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I found this little baby girl. And so we kind of just stand out there for a minute because I'm hoping, okay, maybe she got out or maybe her parents are looking for her. And so I stand out there with her and play with her for a little bit. But then I call the police because it doesn't look like anybody is coming out. So the police get there. Two of the guys get out of the car, and I tell them exactly what happened, and they're like, okay, so they call it in, and about 2 hours later, you guys, they found her home, and it was down in that circle, it was down in that circle, and what happened? What happened was the father came running out of the house 2 hours later, and it was a frantic, and the police were, I think, up the road from my house, from their house, to see if anything would jog her memory and she would walk to her house. They were very patient with this little girl, and it couldn't have been handled any better. I know one thing. Okay, so this is what happened. He fell asleep on the couch. He did not shut the door. He had the door open and the screen door was closed. The screen door wasn't locked, and baby girl just popped it, and she walked out of the door when he was taking a nap on the couch. Where was Mama? Mama was at work. And I guarantee you, and I bet you, she tore into the daddy. I bet she, oh Lord, I bet it was a day he will not forget. Not just from being terrified that his daughter was missing, but the fact that she even got out of the house. That mama was livid. So that is the craziest thing that happened to me when I have spotted something on the road and stopped to find out what's going on. I'm very grateful that this little baby stayed on the road. I mean, she was out for 2 hours, you guys. And if I had not stopped, I can only hope and pray that the neighbor that was walking the dog would have seen her. That's if she had stayed on the road, because there is a canal that runs right behind the properties here. And she could have drowned in that canal. It runs right behind my property. That's why I have a fence there, you guys, as well. But all she had to do was walk between the houses. If she had seen a kitten or a dog, or if she just decided to go that way, and she found that canal, we know the scenario could have been so tragic. So this to me is a God moment. This isn't an and moment. This was nothing that I did and was, oh, this is so great of you. No. God knew, because see, God knows all things, and he knew that little girl was going to get out of the house. That wasn't something God didn't know. He already knew it. This was not a surprise to God, and he made sure that the traffic that I went through was just perfectly so that I could see that baby girl right before I turned in to go into my house. And that is a God moment. It was all in God's hands, and I am just so thankful and so grateful that he used me for part of that story for this baby girl. And I just wanted to share that, and hopefully some of you will share some things in the comment below. Tell me about a kitten you found. Tell me about a dog. Tell me about anything. But I have to say that, later on when the baby girl was safe and everything, my family was like, you know what? Does it surprise us that it was you that found that baby girl? And so, I wanted to share that Now, I haven't shared something, and I could have shared this the whole time that I was talking, so you didn't have to look at my ugly mug, but I just forgot. I got all caught up in the story. But you guys, look. Look at this precious baby that I have here to share with you guys. This is a very, very special reborn. This is the Gabriel sculpt. This is one of 300 sculpts. So literally, for those of you who are new, a sculptor sculpted this from clay to begin with and created a 300 vinyl kits. Only 300. So he is one of the 300 vinyl kits that an artist then lovingly painted and rooted and brought to life. And he is a very, very special in my Dolly collection for sure. He was painted by Billy Kramer, and she is on reborns.com. He is painted with air dry paints, and she did a beautiful job. There's nothing shiny on this baby. I've had him for a couple of years now, and yeah, I absolutely love him. His rooting could have been done a little bit better. He could have been mono rooted. I think that would have looked really, really good. But you know what? He is perfect to me the way that he is. And maybe one day I will get his hair redone. But this is he's staying exactly where he is in the meantime in the nursery. He is wearing a little knitted waffle romper that was, I believe, let me see in the back before I make that announcement. Yeah, this was sent to me by, the bougie lady. This was sent to me by Shara from Reborn Living Dolls. And this is such a cute little outfit. It's for 0 to 3. But I do not mind putting my little ones in clothes that are a little bit bigger. Like I have a lot of newborn clothes, but I knew that with his skin tone that he would look so, so pretty in this. And I love browns. I love browns on myself, on my dolls, whether they're girls or boy dolls. All right, everyone. So that is it for this video. I just wanted to share a story that I haven't told you guys about before because I don't tell the story very often. And I wanted to, share one of these gorgeous little beautiful reborn dolls with you. All right, everyone. I hope that everyone has a good day from here on. I know I said that earlier, but really, seriously, have a good day, or at least do one thing that makes you happy today, even if it's to lock yourself in the bathroom, especially if you have kids and they're trying your last nerve. Lock yourself in the bathroom so they can't come in when you're trying to pee. I'm sorry, but if you have cats or dogs, do the same thing. Because I know my cats, they want to be in the bathroom. They want to see everything. They want to be a part of it all. All right, take time for yourself, even if it's 5 minutes a day. Remember to spend a little bit of time with God, and just spend some quiet time with Him. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10 minutes. Just spend time with the one who loves you first and loves you most. Everyone, take care. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Please remember that no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.